Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Age Mythology Replay. Spawn bottom right side is the blue Hades, we got BroodCorn8. Spawn top left side is the red Hades, we got rarason03. It is a Hades mirror. While I try to avoid mirror matchups, sometimes the live spectating games I take what I can get. Now I can view what each player has before I start expecting the game. Well, of course, because of Hades, you can get either Athena or Ares. Restoration is excellent god power for healing. Minotaur is a decent frontline myth unit. Age of Shield is one of the nice things about this. Versus Hades, it would be a very nice upgrade since he's more focused on range. And Saracia, of course, improves your hoplites. Ares also is pretty nice as well. Generally my preferred of the minor gods. Pestilence is a pretty decent god power, but has been nerfed from Gold Edition. Cyclopes are a good frontline fighter. I think they're better than Minotaur, I believe. You got also Phobos Spear Panic, gives you a bit of divine damage to hoplites and Prodromos, particularly nice for Prodromos since they have a high multiplier versus cavalry, so they become even better as a counter unit. Demio's Sword of Dread, early high pass is nice, but not critical in this matchup. Anyo's Boar of Horror also improves your Toxidays, so you get plus 10% damage for your Toxidays or 50% resistance versus Toxidays, which damage vulnerability is different than resistance. Gonna go ahead and fast forward to mirror matchup. Both players are starting to eco up, of course. We got Temple here. Both players going for the Vault of Erebus, which that is a bit different. So Blue's not going for any villages on the temple yet. In fact, just built the temple. There's some villages on the temple now. So maybe both players trying to get the Vault of Erebus research before aging up. And I think it's something they probably should start going during the age up. It is a research you cannot research at the temple. It is something that's available at... Actually, is it the storehouse? Where is it actually researched? Wait, I may just need... Red has obtained some goats there. Blue or red is currently aging up. It is at the storehouse. I just couldn't see it there, probably because he had it queued. I'm just going crazy. Ajax has been deployed on the field by red. Athena's been selected by both players. Both players now deployed out a Pegasus, I believe. And there's Norm the Minotaur, number 1. Both Ares players, of course, do have Sentinels help resist against similar raids. There's also Norm the Minotaur, number 2. Achilles deployed in the field by red. And Blue's also going for Achilles, maybe eyeing for some relics. Ajax will grab the relic. Minotaur, Norm will get a couple hits there. Not respond to it. Goes for Wagon. Oh, that's a very good one. I'm pretty sure people say this is a pretty powerful relic, one of the most powerful ones. Having relics or caravans just move faster and cost less means it's easier to build them, and they're just 10% more effective. 10% speed on them is quite significant. Blue's not going for some Hippus. Red has obtained 1 relic. We do have the Kui drums. And your heroes get more damage if they have lower health. So for every 1% missing health, they get plus 0.25 damage. So at, let's just say minus 100, since it's easy to do mathematics, they will get plus 25% damage. It's actually nothing too significant, but then again, it's a relic. Blue has some Hippus here. Red's or Blue's Ajax has taken a bit of damage. Red's Achilles is getting hit first. He has only 30% hack armor, or Achilles has 40%. Shouldn't Achilles be designed to have less health and more armor? Be more historically accurate? Because after all, he did get one-shotted, but he was also... there's always a lot of variation. Is it his armor that made him invulnerable? Or was it the fact that I also heard versions where a goddess, I think his mother, held him by the Achilles tendon and dipped into the river Styx. Every single version I've ever heard is slightly different. Norm the Minotaur, number 2, has gone down. Both sides going for health, not Hippus. Guess Ares would have been very nice to get out the divine damage for hoplites and Prodromos. Ignoring the Minotaur number 2 does bull rush to win the Hippus. Didn't get knocked about though. Ajax has gone down. Red's not going for Toxidays. We do have Red has established secondary town center. Blue is currently establishing secondary town center. Just started. The scout is being annoying. He's probably, as he's stabbing that person in the back, he's probably also yelling, "Need a dispenser here." I wonder if anybody gets Team Fortress 2 references. Toxidays, with the amount of hips on the field, it's probably not a good idea to go for that many Toxidays. Or really any. One Minotaur will be focused on by Achilles. And Ajax will come and finish the job. Nope, we can probably take a look at the great. However, it was held by the tendon on his heels, the Achilles tendon. Got it. It was that. It is this version. I think there's a lot of different versions I've heard of. So then again, the different versions probably involved making a bit more child friendly. Probably easier to call it armor rather than dipping somebody into the river, making them undead. Just for probably easier for younger kids to understand, like, oh, really good armor. Though I don't know, I think in Age of Empires 3, some of the treasures, I know some of the treasures you can pick up is like armor of Arcantos, but I think some of them were like armor of Achilles as well. We do have a couple Toxidays here. Another Minotaur or Achilles. Number Hippus on along the flank. One villager here. Collect some berries. Looks like his wife is coming up to help him out. More Hippus being pushed forward over there. I got a line of Hippus sitting over there, including a Toxiday. Pegasus does get shot down. Ready to be turned into some glue. I wonder, does Pegasus meat and fat and all that sort, is it similar to how regular horses are? Also, horses don't sweat water. They sweat a form of protein, right? Would Pegasus do the same? Does get inside the towns over there. With the amount of Hippus on the field, he may want to go for crenellations to port out his sentinels. Does lose a villager there. Watchtower upgrade wouldn't be half bad. Watchtower has been queued on up. Of course, you probably need Watchtower upgraded before you get out crenellations, right? Doesn't say it's available, it just says it can. Blue's gone for sentinels over here, very nice. Got some Pumbaa being obtained here. Barracks on go on down. More Toxidays being queued up. More hoplites in return for red. Minotaur does bull rush there. Do have medium hoplites for red. And some shades being deployed on the field. Ready to throw some shade as opponent. Minotaur falling on back. Achilles is quite damaged here. So if he would have stayed and fight, he would die, but he may kill off Achilles. Here's things about leaving Achilles almost dead like this is also very nice because you can't heal him. More Toxidays being deployed in the field. Red's going for more Toxidays as well. We got the plow, got the survival equipment. Armory deployed on the field by somebody. Guess I have red selected. Hoplites straightforward. Blue has a good number of talk stays. Engage those hoplites. Restoration summoned by red. Restoration summoned by blue. We do have some shades on the front line. Slowly being picked apart. I think red's restoration was better than blue's right there. Do you have now Aphrodite's being plotted up by red. Blue may go for Apollo. Apollo is generally pretty good for Hades' range motif, but Aphrodite does offer a lot of good villager advantages. We do now have Aegis Shield being researched or queued on up for red, as well as mining upgrades, more talk stays, more hoplites, another Achilles for blue. We do have a scout up here. Pumbaa being obtained up here. Sounds like another Pumbaa went down. Yep, Pumbaa's starting to go down here. No more Hakuna Matata. Shades, Nemean Lion. Blue's also good for Aphrodite. So far this mirror match is becoming a bit more of a mirror matchup. Achilles and Ajax need to turn around and hit the Nemean Lion. Curse their curses. Does get a nice little stun there. Didn't get the lock on the formation. Nemean Lion almost got knocked out. And red will get their piece all the wee all the way to their new home. My stomach. We do now have the wooden wall going on down as well as up at the same time. Nemean Lion still alive. Does offer a little bit of crush damage to help with the front line damage, taking out these structures. We do have now copper armor, copper shields. Medium range not being researched by red. He's also going for some peltas. Excuse me. We do have some very heavy hoplites. Aegis shield queued on up as well as the copper shields. One's clearly better than the other. Athena's almost deployed on the field by blue. We may see a curse on the Ox phase. Does the hoplites instead. Got Kyra on the back line for red. Ah, my mind's melted. Nemean Lion screams at his opponent like any good cat would do. Blue needs to task these piggies all the way to their new home. Hoplites for 4, so just got regular range, medium heavy range, not being blown in the field, or I should say medium range. Ajax. Quite damage. Got the good number of goats here. Goats course the goat. Oh, another round of Sentinels. Well, I don't really like seeing multiple uses of Sentinels. This may be reasonable. The force is small enough to really sort of warrant it. We also have some Watchtowers here, so it does have adequate amount of defense. He has, of course, Watchtowers, Ballistics, no crenellations. None of these villagers maybe go on down. Looks like the number was 1. More hoplites being blown in the field by red. Blue is going for some Hypastus as well as more hoplites. Got a bit of a lag spike there. Bronze shields, heavy range, now being used by blue. Blue right now has an army of 85, there's 100. Values are lower. I think this number got bugged out at one point in time. Why? I'm not sure. However, you can see the army value, I believe, is a bit more correct based on what I'm seeing on the field. So red has a significantly larger army than blue. Got a good number of high Peltast here. More Pumbas going on down, and looks like these villages will be going down entirely. Blue's trying to fall back there. We do now have a Hippopotas now being deployed on the field by red. He's going to Mythic Age. It's also provide him technologies to help improve his unique crossbowman. As well as going to access the Plenty Vault. Red's now pretty far forward. The East defenses back here have not engaged just yet. So just medium hoplites over here. Peltast plus anti-range, but it's mostly not range in front of him. Got more hoplites. The Toxics being pulled by red. Blue is putting more Hippus, more Toxics and hoplites. And blue has back out of the game now. This is Angrade saying, keep watching, and on to the next replay.